Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. I'm making this video on how to access your ancestors for someone who left a comment, and it's not a dumb question at all. I think it was amazing. I was about to write this very long paragraph, and I thought, no, this is a really good video to make right quick. So first, before we get into how to access your ancestors, I promise you I'll get to it right away, and this won't be a long video. Just because someone died, it doesn't mean that they've ascended. It doesn't mean that they're a good person. It doesn't mean they're an angel. It doesn't mean that they have wisdom and knowledge, or that they even have your best interest at heart. I think you should keep that in mind. So with that in mind, you might be thinking, well, why are people accessing their ancestors? Because there are ancestors who are rocking with you, who have your back, who are on your team, who want the best for you. So one of the things that people say, this is for my ancestors, known and unknown. Well, and I like to say for those who rock with me, for me, and with me. I have ancestors that because I may not be in the best relationship with their children, or I'm not getting along with somebody. I'm just like, I'll leave them out if I'm questionable, because if I doubt their loyalty, because I really don't know where they stand, and I don't really want to, empower that energy. So one of the ways that, the traditional way that people access their ancestors, and I want you to know that certain cultures, like especially in China, and there are other like Asian cultures, it's very important to honor your ancestors, the people backs that you're walking on, your people who come before you. So you can read, I like to read a variety of books about a subject. So one, I'm going to tell you that Asians and African Americans and people in general, they have very different ways of accessing or honoring their ancestors. But one of the traditional ways, very quick and easy, is people say you burn a white candle, and the white candle is a way to notify your ancestors that you are about to send them a gift. I don't know if the white candle is necessary or not, but this is what, I have the white candle, but I have found that it doesn't matter. For me, I don't know. I just feel like if your heart is sincere, like I feel my grandmother's right now, like they're right here, okay? If your heart is sincere, your ancestors, just like you want to communicate with them, they want to communicate with you. So what you are working on is how to communicate in a different dimension. So you're in the 3D dimension, they're in another dimension. Some people call it Summerland, some people call it just basically, I don't know what we want to call it, heaven. I'm not sure about the terminology, but just think of it this way. You're creating a language or a way of communicating across dimensions, okay? So this is why the candle, it has smoke, and it has the fire. And one of the things that my ancestors, well, let me say this. So you burn the white candle, and then you make an offering. It can be food, flowers, it could be, drinks, water, tea, coffee, adult drinks, whatever you want to give them. Like if you know that this person loved jelly beans, then you leave jelly beans. Like, you just have like a little table, find a little table in your home, and don't stress out. I think your name is Kenneth. I'm not sure, the person who left this question. Just don't stress yourself out. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Like, I have found that on my spiritual journey and working with angels and ancestors, and there is a difference, by the way, but you asked about ancestors, don't stress. Do not stress, because I think that people have done things, and I think it gives us a way to some type of, I don't want to say formality or rules or structure, kind of help when people are first introduced to something. But first of all, don't stress. You might find your own way. I would say go for a walk in nature or sit still and try to, and who do you want to contact? And think about that. Like, is it a person who was very wise and they were very good to you, or somebody that you have heard good things about or bad things about? I don't know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And and think about that person. Sometimes just thinking about an ancestor can conjure them, can bring their energy to you, and that is the holy truth. And you can, so I don't really think you always need to make an offering or flowers or any of those things, because if you are seeking them out, I promise you that they are looking for you too. Okay, they have something to tell you. They want to help you. They want to guide you. So the first thing, well, like I said, some people say you burn a candle to let them know you're coming. You you may come up with another way. I like for people to think, to be authentic. Sometimes I burn a white candle, most times I don't. Now you can also offer them, you burn ancestor money, and the ancestor money is supposedly a way for them to be able to help you. Like, you're giving them energy, right? Like, you're sending something to them to give them energy to maybe help this person give you a job, or protect you, or you understand, like, they're working on the other side and they're working with energy too. Some energy to block your enemies or block people from trying to hurt you, and then or putting people in your path who will be of benefit to you. Now, one of the things that I like to do, now this is my favorite thing to do, is I like to offer them ancestral money. And you can get this, let me see, how much is this? I got this, you can get it online from Amazon. They call it, you can get it from the Chinese grocery store near my house. This is like, I think it's a $10,000 bill. I have some that are like $800,000, $2 million, and I like to fold it in an accordion like this. This is the best way to burn it. And you set it in like some sand and you light it, and it's just a beautiful, colorful, just a beautiful fire. I love it. And then on the back of the money, I like to write something like, or even on the front, doesn't matter. This is to my ancestors, known and unknown. Thank you for protecting and watching over my family. Thank you for your guidance, blah, 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 blah. So you can do that. I also like to make my own ancestor money. And this is their favorite, by the way, because they come to me in my dreams, or sometimes I can feel it because I'll get like these huge goosebumps. But this is my ancestor money. The Googleplex is the largest number available to humans. It's like we have million, when there's supposedly nothing. It is the largest number known. And then also, if you're not making your own, look, just get a child. I'll tell you what, get a piece of paper and just write out, make some money. And black paper is my favorite, and use construction paper, because construction paper burns really nice. Regular paper, I wouldn't. It has a strong smell. It makes a fire alarm go off. But construction paper, I think it's a natural source. Look, I've tried different types of paper. Construction paper, black construction paper. Get some gel pens, and write out, put the numbers on there. Write really beautiful things, draw beautiful things. I like to put some of the energy from our regular money on there and burn it. But what I also like to do is I like to put a little tobacco inside the money for my ancestors. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. And I like to burn it because I heard, I read that, tobacco is like a gift to them. Because again, I think the smoke, in my opinion, now I don't know, but I think the smoke is an energy that sifts from one dimension, from our dimension to their dimension, and they're able to receive the gift. You can give them food and you can leave it out. I gave them, my ancestors, a feast once. Let me tell you, when I first became aware of my ancestors, which was only about maybe 4 years ago. Like I started out in feng shui and then into angelic magic. And when my ancestor, a lady came to me in a dream, and she looked like my mom, but her clothes were very ragged, and she looked really, really poor. And I had just gone through something major, and she said to me in a dream that they had my ancestors had done everything they could to, they were helping also. They had never asked me for anything. I didn't know that people honored their ancestors. I'm not the kind of person, I don't go to graveyards to visit people because I don't think they're there. That's just me, But I can't, it was a vivid dream, and like I said, the woman looked like my mom, who is alive, but it's like I knew she was my bloodline. And she said they had given everything they could to help me get through this really difficult and challenging period in my life, and that they needed resources. And I said, in a dream, she asked me for some red apples, and I woke up on, oh my God, my dreams are really vivid, and they're like, and I can't explain it, but it doesn't even, the colors are so vivid. It almost looked like the movie Avatar. That's how my dreams are. So anyway, she said they needed resources, and I woke up and I said, what else do you need? She wanted white flowers, they wanted red apples. So I went to the store, I bought some red apples, and I put honey on the red apples, and I put I bought some, my father loved jelly beans, I bought some jelly. I just made this feast. I asked my mom, what did my grandmother's like? And she said, oh, she loved beer. I'm putting everything out, and I made a feast. And I saw this bright lightning, light, coming towards the dining room table. I could feel their energy. I knew that that was my very first experience. I had the white flowers, the apples, everything I could think of, and I really just wanted to thank them. And I purchased ancestor money, and I just kept writing on it, and then it just felt like something like an energy shift. Well, let me tell you what's really interesting. So I was in the grocery store, after I had put together this feast for my ancestors, and like I said, I just left it on the table. I burned the white candles. This was my first introduction. I burned the ancestor money that I purchased, and I was in Walmart, and I saw this lady who looked like the woman who was in my dream, and she had on this African dress, and she looked like she was extremely well dressed, like she was a queen, like she was wealthy. And I was just, and we locked eyes, and I got a cold chill over my entire body. And then, oh Jesus, I looked for her, and I knew it was my ancestor. I knew it was my ancestor telling me we got the money. I knew it was my ancestor telling. I knew. I looked for the lady in the store, and I couldn't find her. She no longer exists. I locked eyes with her. I knew it was her. But as she was walking down the aisle, it's like she turned, and I thought, I'm gonna go and see. I wanted to see her. I wanted to see if she was real. But I looked for her, and it wasn't enough. In the time that had elapsed, I should have been able to catch up with her, but she was gone. And I knew they were telling me they received the money. I also noticed that in my dreams, when I would dream about my dad, he would be dressed real dapper. So my ancestors let me know we have the money. Now, they had a lot of money. I know that I was just doing it a lot, and then I stopped. Sometimes if I start to spill my drinks, for some reason, I know this might sound crazy, but if I find myself spilling my drinks a lot, I know it's my ancestors trying to get my attention and say, hey, we need some money. We need a hookup. But guys, listen, I don't like to put my business on the streets. I'm really clear about that. But they have worked miracles in conjunction with the angels. Now I don't want I don't want the video to get convoluted, but it's two totally different energies, okay? Angelic energy is different from ancestor energy. Ancestors are your DNA. Their DNA is still running through your veins, and you have an opportunity to help them evolve to be a higher version of themselves. So don't always think that they are correct, or they have all the answers, or you know what I'm saying. Like I have there's this country song that I love, and he said, I have friends in low places. I'm not saying my ancestors are in low places. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that I have ancestors who I know would protect. I have ancestors who I know would block, and ancestors who will help me. Like my grandmother taught me how to thread a needle, and so when I'm making a doll, sometimes I can feel her energy coming through me. Both of my grandmothers assist me with my creative energy. It's a part of our DNA, but it's also a part of some previous lifetime stuff too. But anyway, so long story short, your ancestors are, if you are looking to connect with them, they are looking to connect with you. They are with you right now. If you simply think about them, trust me, they are thinking. There's a connection. There is a connection in just a simple thought. It's not just a relationship of, okay, I need a better job, or I just need some money, or you're just, where you're just asking them for things. It's a relationship to me where you're healing your family lineage. You're healing your bloodline. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a symbiotic relationship. They're giving to you, and you're giving to them for a journey of healing and enlightenment, if that makes sense. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.